Hello and welcome back to Fantabulous Bags, where we do handbag product development sketches. Today, actually, we're doing a hat product development sketch, which is not exactly what you'd expect from a handbag kind of thing, but hey, what the heck. So here we are. I just scanned it in and did an auto trace, and here we have our digitized sketch. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to grab our direct select tool, and I'm going to pick a brown color, but let me just hit my shift button, grab a bunch of these panels, the top beanie kind of thing, and there. Okay, so I'm just gonna grab my, I took a bunch of these off like the internet. I'm just gonna pick a nice brown color. Okay, so that looks okay, I think. Let's see if I missed anything. Okay, so I got a couple of spots that I'm missing. So let's zoom in and get those spots. And this is going to be pretty quick, I think. Of course, you never know. Might do some goofy things. Okay, so first thing is going to get that. Okay, so now we're going to add some. Well, actually, let's do the patch first. You could do a couple of things. I actually found the patch here. So I could get the brown colors or I could actually check to see what happens if I kind of say, convert you to a image trace. Let's see what happens. I'm going to say, first I'm going to copy this so in case it screws up. I don't want to have to go back and forth. I want to just have it. Okay, I'm going to say, image trace, make and expand, and see what happens. Ew, terrible. Okay. No matter. Okay, so the next thing I can do is I'm going to use these colors here. Or actually, you know what? Let's take a trip to the mall. We're going to go find, here are the UPS patches I found. Let's see if we can just, like, be cheesy and steal something. Going to Etsy. All right. Okay, so this is looking like there. Oh, whoa, that is big. But this is actually going to work pretty well. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take what we took off the internet, and I'm going to go down about, I don't know, the last I'm going to make it 20% small. Go down to 20%. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to grab him and put him up here. And see again, we're going to again be cheesy and try to do an image trace and see if anything happens. Actually, that's not bad. So let's just undo that for a minute. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this. I'm just going to trace around this. Oh, wait a minute, I made a mistake. I'm tracing around the actual shield, whatever, the patch periphery. And I'm just going to do that and see how that looks. Okay, I'm just tracing it around. I want to see if I can get a nicer looking patch. The one I drew is fine, but it's really not the quality you want when you're doing product development. Okay, so I got my patch thingy here, and okay, I need to just correct this over here. It's a little too curvy here. Pull it down. Okay, we're good. Okay, so, and whoa, this one here needs to be out a little bit. Okay, now we're good. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to just go here. I'm going to give it an edge, and I'm going to go here, and I'm going to say, okay, so next, I'm going to grab our original and go to Object, Image Trace, and make and expand. Ta-da! Okay, so I'm going to grab my direct select tool. I'm going to get rid of the edging. Okay. Okay. All right, so now we have a patch. We could either get rid of this puppy, which should be not too hard, and then just plop that one on top. So let's see, we're going to get our lasso tool and do this. Now, hopefully this won't, like, explode in my face, but it might. You never know. Yeah. So I grabbed some things here. Okay. Let's see what happens. Nope. Okay. I went a little too much. Okay, so let me go and grab the rest of this. It doesn't really matter if I don't get the whole thing on because I'm going to just like superimpose the other patch I just found. Okay, so this is fine. This will work. Okay, so now I have this. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to grab this part. Oh, actually, let me just do this. Grab this. I'm going to say Object, Arrange, Bring to Front. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my outer edge here, and I'm going to color it. Now, it has like kind of like this nice look to it. This one especially is kind of like polyester shiny embroidery thread that looks kind of silky, the fancy kind. You know what I'm talking about? So I'm going to go to Open Swatch Library, and I'm going to try for a gradient, probably a metallic. Maybe I have one. No, I don't have one open, so I'm just going to go to metals and see. I'm going to try for the gold and see what happens. Oh, I like it. Another thing we could do actually before we even proceed with this, we're going to grab these guys. You and you and you. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to just go grab our golden. Ah, that looks so nice. And I didn't have to work so hard. Isn't that nice? Okay. We could do a little bit of this going on, I guess. You know, why not? Why the heck not? Okay, actually, what I could do if I was smart. Okay, I'm just going to copy. And then I am going to bring it up here. Put this over like this. And then, okay, I'm going to empty this out. And then just do this. There. Okay, so now we have our little bit of a... Okay, I don't know what the heck's going on here, but somehow this didn't work, but we'll fix it. My mom always used to say, if it don't fit, break a piece and make it fit. Okay, so let's break a piece and make it fit. Let's go up here. I'm trying to get this really nice and easy. I'm going to move this down like that. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't expect that to happen. Okay. Oh. Try that again. All right, look, sometimes these things happen. There's ways out of this, by the way. No, that's a handle, so I want the anchor. And now we grab this. How's the anchor there? I don't know. Don't ask me. I just work here. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna have to zoom in even more because I can't see what's going on here. Sometimes you come with really complex shapes and it's just really hard to figure out what the heck it is you're looking at. Okay, this anchor needs to go down. Okay, now the next one, down and down. Okay, so now we have our patch. Okay, I think it looks okay. So let's get out at 100%. The other thing I could do is this puppy over here. Okay, again, I'm going to grab this actually with that, and then I'm going to say Object, Arrange, Bring to Front. Okay, now the next thing I'm going to do is grab this puppy over here, and I'm going to recolor it and see what happens. It didn't change as much as I was hoping. What I'm going to do is I'm going to play up, make the gradient look a little bit different so that it looks kind of like there's something else going on. Actually, let me see what happens if I do that. Nah, it didn't work. All right, we'll do what we had before. Okay, I'm just going to change it a little bit so that it looks like the embroidery is slightly different. Okay, if you really wanted to, you could actually add kind of like a texture on top, which is what I'm going to do with the hat actually. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to grab my hat panels again. Ooh, what the heck was that? Oh, that shouldn't be there. Okay, so let's do that again. We're grabbing our hat panels. We're going to add kind of like a twill idea. So we're going to go to our swatch library again. Our swatch library. Okay, and we're going to go to gradient. No, actually, no, we're going to go to patterns. Sorry. And I'm going to say basic graphic patterns. I'm going to do lines. So I'm going to lines, and now we have all these interesting lines. So I'm going to say copy, And then I'm going to say, I'm going to look for something that's going to give me a twill effect. That's good. It's a little huge. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to rotate, the rotate tool. I'm going to open it, and it says transform objects. We just want the pattern to transform, so I'm unclicking the transform objects, and I'm going to go for like, I don't know, 45-degree angle. See what happens. Okay, that's looking like a twill. The only problem is that, okay, we're missing a panel, first of all, and second of all, the tool is humongous. It looks like a corduroy. So I'm going to go to the scale tool, open that up, and I'm going to go, 20 is too much. I think I'm going to go down 50%. This is 50, uniform, and then we're going to transform patterns only. Okay. So there, we have our twill kind of a concept. And it looks nice, but I think it's a little too overpowering. I'm going to go to the opacity, and I'm going to reduce it by, I don't know, like to 40%. Maybe a little bit less, 65. Okay, so now you see you have this kind of look. Okay, and the next thing I did is I missed this spot over here. Somehow I messed up that one. I'm just going to copy. Sometimes this happens, you know. Zoom in. See, now you have like this nice twill idea, except somehow it didn't quite match up. So let's grab everybody and move them on over to match up to their spot. Okay, next, going to grab this, going to say copy paste, and I'm going to grab this and do that, and then grab again and plop it up here. Okay. There we are. Okay, so now we have twill pattern. Okay, next we're going to go to, all right, so now we have our nice, well, maybe add shadows later if you guys want. I don't know. You don't have to. Okay, so we're going to take our patch. Yay, we got our patch. It looks nice, actually, so I'm going to say copy, paste. Now, this patch is huge, obviously, and also it needs to be kerned a little bit because the hat is like on a 3/4 kind of idea. Excuse me. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go under my scale tool there in this toolbox. There's a shearing tool. That can be a little bit on the fun side. Sometimes it doesn't do what you want. Okay, let's do it. Try to shear it a little bit. Okay. It needs to be a little bit. And I think it needs to be a tiny bit smaller. It looks kind of humongous. Okay. Oh, actually, we need to do something about the black tone on that. Okay, I think we're pretty good on the size. The fit of it looks okay, but the UPS patch here needs to be brown. And also, as you can see, it also has a little bit of that kind of embroidery shiny look. So let's go back. Let's see what we have here, actually. Nah, those aren't really doing it. No, not a gem. Metallic, I don't know, maybe a bronze tone or copper. No, I think it's more like a bronzy thing, kind of a thing. Ooh, too light. Okay, but actually, let's see what happens when we mess it up a little bit. Let's get it darker. Nah, it's too shiny looking. Let me see if I can do this. Nah, doesn't look good. All right, let's just go for a brown. And maybe what we'll do is something else. We're just going to go for the brown flat. I'm going to do this piece too, obviously. I'm going to go to the brown flat again. Okay. Now what I want to do is this. I'm going to grab this. I'm going to grab that. And I say copy paste. So now I have this. I am going to add maybe like a bronze tone to it. But I'm going to make the opacity very light just to give a hint of a shading. Okay, so let's go ahead and plop that on top and see what happens. Okay, I'm not unhappy with that. I think it looks nice. Okay, great. So now we have our hat. You can actually stop and say, all right, I don't want to change it anymore. It's fine. But you could also add a shadow. Usually the way I add shadows with this is that I imagine a light up here, and then I kind of like figure out where my shading is going to be, it's going to be something like this, and then like that, I think. And that's pretty much what it's going to do. So let's go ahead and make our shadows. All right, so probably I'm going to say it's going to start around here, because why not? Okay, just think about if there was a light on the upper right-hand corner of the sketch, an imaginary light. What shadows would be cast on the hat? Okay, so now I'm getting this weird bronzed. All right, that's fine. It always toggles back to the last thing you did, so let's just go with it. Okay, next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to uncover it since I can't see what I'm doing. Okay, here. Okay, so now we're doing this, we're doing that. Okay, okay. Okay, so the next thing, I think it's going to probably go like there. Probably like kind of like a little bit of a curve there. And then it's going to hit off onto that part. Okay, so I think my best guess is that's pretty much what this shadow is going to be cast as. So I'm going to just go ahead and put in a dark gray. And then I'm going to go to my opacity again. And I'm going to say, I don't know, 20%. Okay, so let's see how that looks. Okay, not bad. Okay, so you can say I'm done, or whatever, and you have a UPS hat. Or you can actually take all this stuff and add kind of like also a twill effect or some kind of textured effect to make it look embroidered if you want. Let's see what happens. Okay, so let me just grab everything here. Okay, so I got everything. Let's go to our basic kind of lines here. I'm just going to do, actually, what would be really cool is if I did them individually. Okay, let's see. Let's not be lazy. Okay, this first one is probably the most likely way it's going to go is across. So I'm going to do that. Oh, that's not what I want to do. I'm going to say copy, paste. Okay, I'm going to do like a light thing like that. And I am just going to, again, go to my scale tool, and I'm going to go up this time. I'm going to, actually no, small, 50 maybe. Oh, see, that's what happens when you forget to hit the transform, unclick the transform object. And I see actually it wasn't going to be good enough anyway, so I'm going to do it 20. All right, let me go to, okay, 20. Ooh, it's actually too small, but it is showing something. Let's see what it looks like. Okay, so now we have a little bit of an idea of embroidery. Okay, so I'm going to move that one up here. Then I'm going to grab this puppy over here, and I'm going to say copy, paste. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to copy it here. But this time, I'm going to do a 45-degree angle, because many times embroideries will go in different angles. So I'm going to unclick transform objects and just leave it as a pattern. Okay, so now we have a double or nothing. So here, there, okay, there, and then I'm going to grab the next one and plop it down. There we go. Okay, actually, wait a minute. One of them doesn't look too good. This one should be there, and actually, I'm just going to get rid of the edge because it gets too confusing. Okay, so there you have it. You have your nice little UPS hat. You could add like, oh, and this one also, I think also this one needs to be shifted and also does not need an edge. Okay, so there you go. UPS hat with embroidery and details. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this class. Pretty quick. And I hope to see you next week. Remember, if you like this, subscribe. Thanks. Bye.